Welcome to another edition of Small Talk for You. This morning I wanted to take a look at exceptions in Pharo, and not so much the catching side as the raising side. So I have a couple of examples here just to show what I'm talking about. Here we have a simple example of something where we're going to divide by a number, eventually getting to 0, and we'll raise the exception we expect, which is the 0 divide error. So let's go ahead and just execute this first little batch. And you see that it does exactly what we expect, prints a bunch of stuff to the transcript, and then down here it gives me a 0 divide. Nothing unexpected. Question is, catching that, you do that the obvious way. On 0 divide, do, and then have this. So this is all just kind of to set up what we're doing here. So this is the way you would normally handle the exception. But what if you wanted to raise an exception? What if you had code that was running and you wanted to raise this exception yourself? Well, here instead of raising a 0 divide, what I'm going to do is have handling over this where I'm going to check, is the number 0? If true, I'm going to signal an error. Now instead of signaling a 0 divide, I'm going to signal a different exception just to show you how it's done. So I have the error class, and you can see here it's a subclass of, if I come over here to the hierarchy, subclass of exception. So I have an error, and I'm just going to signal it with a string. So this is how you raise your own exceptions. If I wanted to have my own exception, all I would do is subclass exception myself, give it whatever state information it might need, which typically is not going to be any, but sometimes it might be. And you come in here and then you use it just by doing this signal thing here. So I do it, and again, error oops. So I've raised my own exception here instead of the 0 divide. And that just shows you how to raise exceptions. This is very simple in Smalltalk. And if you design your own exceptions for your own situations, you can have more contextual information coming back. For instance, if you had what I have over in VisualWorks, where I have a build tool at work, you could design your own build exceptions that signal contextual information as to what went wrong. So you can have your own exception handling system, well, not system, your own exception handling classes that you raise to give additional information in the log and in whatever else you have, so that somebody coming along afterwards diagnosing what went wrong can see, well, it's not just some random error, you're not just signaling error, that's not too informational, then you just have the string to look at. You can have different exceptions raised based on what actually took place, and then have far more information. And this is really all you need to do to use them. So, that's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with whatever Smalltalk you're using.